Well, let me say, I'm you know, the arch Zionist. I actually have never been to Israel, the state of Israel. I have never been a political Zionist, except in the very basic sense. All through history, people have been oppressed, but no people has done what the Palestinians have done. No people has shown itself so morally sick as the Palestinians have. No other people in the world has sunk so low morally as the Palestinians have. And yet, everybody's afraid to say this. What is the chant on college campuses today? From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Thank you. In other words, kill the Jews, push them into the sea. That's what it's about.
Be quiet.
I'm really offended by this. Really.
We're offended.
Have an opportunity to...
I mean, not only are these terrorists, not only are they sick Nazi terrorists, but of course they're racists. Can't live alongside anybody who's not, with those days, not Arab, now it's not Muslims. The settlements, Jewish settlements on the West Bank are a problem only because the Arabs there are racists, Jew haters, cannot live side by side with another people. There was no Palestine in 1946, and anybody who used the word Palestine in 1946 was referring to the Jews.
Or the
Palestine, excuse me, I have to, the reason you feel so righteous and angry is because you are ignorant.
Yes, I
Have an opportunity to learn something, or at least to hear that there is another point of view. When you're surrounded by Nazis who are armed to the teeth and willing to blow up their own children to kill you, you need territory. You need space. That's why checkpoints are there to protect the innocent from the guilty. That's why they're there.
Part-time.
The problem is when you have a religion which preaches war and violence and hate, rationality is never going to take land for the Brotherhood in America. And I said, you know, the mission is to destroy the American civilization, and therefore we have to create institutions that will become part of the American institutional framework. And the first institution was the Muslim Students Association, and it's CARE, ISNA, Muslim American Society. I can't remember all the institutions of Islam in this country. The Muslim American Society, the Muslim Student Association, the Islamic Society of North America, are all fronts for the Muslim Brotherhood. Why are all the major Muslim organizations in America connected to the Muslim Brotherhood? And why are 80% of the mosques filled with hate against Jews and against Americans and never treated with kid gloves in this country? Can you imagine any other country which had the World Trade Center blown up, where this lunatic Major Hassan blew away, well, he shot 39 people. He fortunately, well, it's not bad phrasing, but he killed only 13. What other people wouldn't be stringing up other people, the people responsible, who they thought responsible? This is not to justify it, it's just a fact of life. We have Nazis in this country who are perfectly decent appearing people who probably get along fine with others when they're in circumstances where it would be dangerous for them not to. That is, if the Muslim Students Association appeared as what it was, they would, you know, it wouldn't.
You want to go lynch all Muslims in America? You're racist. Congratulations. Yeah, you're racist. Is that what you want to do? You want America to go around killing all Muslims in America? Yes, I can go
These are the attacks on Peter King. These are the attacks on Geert Wilders. If you talk about Islamic terrorists, of which there are millions. I mean, Al Jazeera has done the surveys. I don't know. Let this lady talk.
Yo, you guys are like intimidating him. What's wrong with you?
We talk about Muslims like you know about Muslims. We have a mass on campus, Muslim American Society. We have a Palestinian Club. We have an MSA. I want to raise the question to any of the Jews in this room, students, right? Have you guys ever been threatened by a Muslim on campus or an Arab or felt intimidated?
Yes.
When? Yeah. When? Tell us.
When?
What?
When? Can you, seriously, you guys are my students, right? I don't have to point out your names. I know, I've been in classes with you guys.
Can you let her
I'm not talking
finish?
about everyone that's on campus. All right? You don't know anything about Muslims. Have you gone into a mosque and ever been rejected? Have you ever been rejected or called a Jew or threatened to be killed because you were
They don't let us into the mosque in Jerusalem.
We're not talking about Jerusalem. Are we in
You
Jerusalem?
don't let us into Jerusalem.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you. This is going to be over in a second. Let me ask you. How do you, if there's a lot of back and forth, I'm going to pack it in. But you've been chafing at the bit. Go ahead.
Senator Joseph McCarthy. What I want to ask is...
Okay, the evening's over.
Thank you. What I want to quickly ask is, what you think about the fact...
Mr. Adolf Hitler, what is your question? I mean, come on. What are you, 10-year-old?
I want to ask what you think about the two people who were Sikhs who were just murdered in California because they were wearing turbans.
I think it's terrible.
When you talk about the issue...
Why did you ask me such a question? All my life, I have fought for the civil rights of Muslims, blacks, everybody, and now I'm standing up also for Jews. So why would you ask me that question?
The point that I'm trying to make... The point that I'm trying to make is that Muslims feel very, very endangered in this country.
Why are the hate crimes against Jews 8 times as high?
Base is in a war in Iraq and Afghanistan, and any time that Muslims are walking on the street, they will have racial epithets.
Are you going to defend? Are you defending Saddam Hussein who killed 300,000 Muslims?
Apparently, what you don't recognize is that people who are Muslim are wanting to say that we have a right to be here as well in this country.
Who's kicking you out?
Not a crime, and that for you to say that Muslims are dangerous and to speak in this ad hominem kind of attack, what you're doing actually is you're dumbing down the debate. Interested in talking with people who have critical questions for you.
Question and answer.
I also want to ask you what you think about Peter King's hearings on McCarthyism that's happening here in the United States, and you're in support of it. If you people are thinking that you want to have actually rights protected for everyone, then you have to put your money where your mouth is and also protect Muslims.
Thank you.
Peter King is holding hearings and saying that there are Muslims who are here, who are going to, who are going to scare people, who are going to demonize people. What is happening is we're seeing McCarthyism here again, right now, with you and with Peter King and with who else did you say was one of your compatriots, Geert Wilder, a known racist.
You are obviously...
You're disgusting, and the fact that you don't have the kind of support from the Brooklyn College community and CUNY means that people are standing on the right side of the people who are
He just said 3 people supported
I was saying before we... Thank you for listening.